I wasn't supposed to be here today. On one ordinary day, everything changed in an instant, and I came face to face with death and nearly lost my life. In the chaos and darkness of that near-death experience, I remember the whirlwind of emotions, fear for my family, regret for the things I hadn't done, and a sudden painful clarity about what truly mattered. Lying in a hospital bed afterward, battered but alive, I realized I'd been given a second chance at life. This was my wake-up call. I knew deep in my soul I couldn't simply go back to normal after such a miracle. I had to make this second chance count. Well, that brush with death ignited a fire in me, and I promised myself that if I recovered, I would live with purpose and passion like never before. The petty worries and trivial day-to-day stresses that once consumed me suddenly felt insignificant, and what mattered most were the people I loved and the legacy I would one day leave behind. In those fragile moments of recovery, I made a decision. My survival would not be in vain. I would rise up and serve with others with this life I've been given, using every remaining day to make a positive impact. Little did I know this commitment would set me on a path of profound transformation. Coming out of that crisis, healing was not just a physical journey, but an emotional and spiritual one. I had to confront not only the trauma of nearly dying, but also the unresolved pains and grudges I'd carried for years. I came to understand that surviving wasn't enough. I needed to truly live. And to truly live, I had to let go of the baggage weighing down my heart. This meant embracing the power of love and forgiveness, starting with myself. I forgave myself for my past mistakes and released anger toward those who had hurt me. In doing so, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders, replaced by an almost overwhelming sense of freedom and peace. I began to see that my life could be a testimony of the power of love, forgiveness, healing, and reconciliation. Relationships that I had been strained, I sought to mend. People I cared about, I told more often that I loved them. Each act of forgiveness and each moment of love became part of my healing. I learned that love is stronger than fear. It's the force that had kept me fighting for my life and the force that would drive me to my future. With love as my foundation, wounds of the past started turning into wisdom. I reconciled with my history and with important people in my life, determined to move forward with an open heart. Now, this newfound perspective changed not only how I saw my life's purpose, but also how I viewed every person I encountered, as someone deserving of compassion, encouragement, and understanding. Emerging from this crucible of adversity, I knew I could never again settle for a mediocre existence. I often describe myself as a mediocrity slayer because I believe we're meant to rise far above the ordinary, especially after life gives us a wake-up call. I became absolutely committed to living each day with intention, passion, and excellence. Why chase average when a second chance at life had shown me how precious each moment is? Now, I started pushing beyond my comfort zone, confronting fears and self-doubt head on. If there was any inner voice whispering, "Just be content with good enough," I silenced it by remembering that night I almost didn't come home. Good enough wasn't good enough anymore. I channeled my energy into personal growth and purpose. I challenged myself to think independently and break free from limiting beliefs that had held me back. Instead of drifting, I set bold goals and pursued lifelong passions. And one of those passions was music and creativity. I had always been an artist at heart. Now with renewed purpose, I even found ways to combine my love of music with my mission. In fact, my unique journey of overcoming adversity eventually opened doors for me to serve others in surprising ways. I was able to coach and mentor others facing their own struggles. At one point, I even worked with well-known artists in the entertainment industry, helping them overcome personal challenges and find their path forward. Each step I took away from mediocrity was a step toward meaning. I was transforming my pain into purpose, and in doing so, inspiring others to do the same. But my career and business endeavors too transformed into an extension of my heartfelt desire to serve others. I co-founded an alliance of change makers and started speaking publicly, all with the aim of helping people break through limitations. Every project I undertook had to align with my mission of improving lives, whether it was coaching someone through a tough time, consulting on strategies to build a better future, or simply sharing words of encouragement online. My personal mantra became clear: rise up, confront your fears, and help others do the same. I encouraged everyone around me to grow exponentially and transform internally while overcoming adversity, just as I continue to do in my own life. In slaying my own mediocrity, I found the calling to help others slay theirs. And with a new lease on life, I become laser focused on legacy, not in the distant sense of end-of-life affairs alone, but in the daily sense of living a life that matters. I started asking myself a powerful question: how do I want to be remembered? And what am I doing today to make that a reality? The answer wasn't in accumulating titles or material wealth. It was in living my core values and pouring into others. I realized that true legacy is built every day through each interaction, each lesson we teach our children, each person we lift up in a business or community. It's about the values we live by and pass on. If love, integrity, and courage are important to me, am I demonstrating them? Our core values, the things most precious to us, must be passed on so we can be remembered the way we want to be remembered. This became a guiding principle for me moving forward. In practical terms, I even turned this focus on legacy into part of my work. I ventured into legacy consulting and financial stewardship, helping families and entrepreneurs plan not just for success, but for significance. It wasn't enough to help someone grow their business or wealth. I wanted to ensure that they were also protecting what matters most, their loved ones and values for the next generation. I had the privilege of helping people secure their family's future, for example, guiding them with estate planning to keep their assets safe and out of bureaucratic tangles like probate, and grow their resources responsibly. But more importantly, I helped them identify their family values and mission, be intentionally passed down alongside any financial inheritance. After all, what good is financial prosperity if the next generation doesn't also inherit character and wisdom and love? Now, embracing a family legacy mindset means focusing on the values and memories we leave for our children and communities, not just our personal achievements. I came to call myself a heroic family legacy alchemist, which is just a creative way of saying I help people transform their family stories and values into something epic and lasting. I firmly believe our legacy is worth prioritizing and protecting. Each one of us has the power to become the hero of our own legacy story by the choices we make, the love we share, and the impact we have on others. For me, that meant pouring my heart into my roles as a mentor, a speaker, and a community builder. Whether through founding the Heroic Legacy community for entrepreneurs and parents or hosting my podcast to share insights, I kept my focus on empowering others to build their own legacy. Success to me now is measured not by what I have, but by what I'm able to give and who I'm able to inspire. When you live with legacy in mind, every day becomes an opportunity to make a difference that echoes beyond your years. Today, my mission is to inspire and equip others to become heroes in their own spheres of influence, whether that's in business, in their families, or in their communities. Now, I've been fortunate to work with thought leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs, and parents, and I found that despite different roles, we are all driven by a common desire to matter, to overcome our challenges, and to leave something meaningful behind. I often speak to rooms full of high-achieving professionals and realize that many feel a void that success alone hasn't filled. Likewise, I speak with dedicated mothers and fathers who worry that they're not doing enough or that they'll miss the chance to truly connect with their kids. My message to all of them is this: you have the power to be the hero of your own story and to impact others profoundly. And what does it mean to become the hero of your legacy? Here are a few key lessons I share from my journey. Turn pain into purpose. Whatever adversity you face can become the fuel for your mission. Don't hide your scars. They're proof that you survived, and they can light the path for someone else. I learned that your greatest setbacks can become your greatest service when you use them to uplift others. Lead with love and values. Whether you're leading a company or a family, do it with love, integrity, and empathy. People will forget your sales numbers or how perfectly you kept the house, but they'll remember how you made them feel and what you taught them by example. Love and forgiveness are powerful leadership tools in business and at home because they build trust and resilience. Never settle for mediocrity. You are not born to be average. Challenge yourself and those around you to grow and dream big. In my case, surviving near death obliterated any desire to play small. Whatever your wake-up call is, and I urge you not to wait for one as drastic as mine, let it drive you to pursue excellence and meaningful goals. Life is too short of spending on things that don't ignite your passion. And prioritize legacy now. Don't wait until someday to think about your legacy. Live your legacy daily. Spend time with your children and mentor your team members. Share your wisdom, record your stories, uphold your values in every decision. These actions compound into a lasting legacy. Remember, legacy isn't just what you leave for people, it's what you leave in people. Now, by sharing these principles, I've seen incredible transformation. I've watched startup founders redefine success beyond profit, focusing on purpose and suddenly finding both their businesses and their personal lives more fulfilling. I've seen corporate executives turn their leadership into a force for good in their communities. I've seen parents inspired by the idea of being everyday heroes start new traditions with their kids and become more present, loving role models. Empowering others to realize their potential and significance has become the driving force of my life, and it fills me with gratitude every single day. Standing here today, I often reflect on that person I was before my near-death experience. The man who was alive but not truly living. I wish I could reach back and tell him, "You are meant for so much more." Don't wait to start living your purpose. While I can't change my past, I can use my story to speak to you. If you're listening to this, consider it your wake-up call. Don't wait for a life-alerting crisis to jolt you away. You have a legacy to build right now in the midst of everyday hustle. You have people to inspire, fears to conquer, and a unique impact to make on the world. I'm living proof that a second chance, whether given by grace or created by choice, can transform not just one life, but countless others. My journey from tragedy to triumph taught me that every day is a gift, and every challenge is an opportunity. It showed me that authenticity, love, and courage are the cornerstones of a meaningful life. Most of all, it impressed upon me this truth. Inside each of us is a hero capable of leaving an epic legacy. So I leave you with this challenge. Embrace your story, the good and the bad, the victories and the scars. Let it be fuel to you to live boldly and kindly. Be the hero your children look up to, the leader your community needs, the friend who always encourages. Your legacy journey begins now in the choices you make today. No matter who you are, thought leader, entrepreneur, business owner, or parent, know that you have the power to rise up and shape a legacy of love and purpose. And if you ever doubt that impact is possible, remember my story and remember that you too have a hero inside, ready to turn adversity into inspiration and dreams into destiny. No matter the obstacles or how steep the climb, there is a hero within you capable of conquering challenges and reaching for the light. Your journey out from adversity will become the legacy that lights the way for those to follow. I believe our legacy is worth prioritizing. It's worth protecting. It represents the love, the blood, the sweat and tears of our entire lives. It's in the way we live and give and how we serve others. It's your legacy, but it's up to you to make sure that it endures. Now go make it extraordinary.